Hello there you guys, welcome to another of my live videos, and on this video I am going to be giving you an update on some more transfer news, keeping you up to date of what players are linked with Manchester United. So I am going to be giving you a bit more additional information on Jadon Sancho. Then I'm going to be talking with you about Willian from Chelsea. Then I'm going to be giving you the latest news on Donny van der Beek. By the way, before I delve into them topics, I just want to confirm with you, I'm going to be doing my Tottenham Man United preview either tonight or the preview will be coming up tomorrow. So just wanted to notify you guys about that. So anyway, let's start with the news now on Jadon Sancho. So according to the Borussia Dortmund boss, Lucien Favre, however you pronounce his surname, he has come out and made an admission regarding Jadon Sancho, and he did say that Jadon Sancho could still leave Borussia Dortmund in the summer transfer window. This is what he has said. But he's still not sure, what's going to be happening with Jadon Sancho, because obviously, you had Borussia Dortmund's head of football recently coming out saying that, Jadon Sancho will stay at Borussia Dortmund for another year. We've already confirmed we are unwilling to meet Borussia Dortmund's asking price, because Borussia Dortmund have said, they do want at least £100 million, and they do remain ruthless over their valuation. I think we'd rather spend our money on multiple players, than get, rather than pay that for Jadon Sancho. The Telegraph did say last week, was it, that Borussia Dortmund wanted around £150 million for the player. So Lucien Favre, the Borussia Dortmund boss, has said, Sancho could still leave Borussia Dortmund in the summer transfer window. Of course, don't forget there's been recent stories saying that Sancho is willing to make a return to Manchester City. Of course, Jadon Sancho is a former Manchester City player. He endured quite a few years with Manchester City, but the main explanation why he left Manchester City is because he did not get any first-team opportunities. So obviously, City decided to sell him to Borussia Dortmund in 2017 for around £8 million. So looking at, Dortmund got him for next to nothing. Of course, this has been Jadon Sancho's third season with Borussia Dortmund. I think Dortmund have been in the process of trying to extend his contract, but he's no intentions of extending his contract. Jadon Sancho's got a contract with Borussia Dortmund until 2022, so he has still got a few years remaining on his contract. But Borussia Dortmund have said quite a lot of times, they will not stand in Jadon Sancho's way if he does want to leave in the summer transfer window. Gareth Southgate was recently talking about Jadon Sancho, by the way, and he did say he hasn't got any element of concerns regarding his future, and he did say that Sancho does not need to leave Borussia Dortmund to succeed. Now, I think also Sancho has been talking with Marcus Rashford quite regularly. Marcus Rashford did reveal earlier on this season, that he does want Jadon Sancho at Manchester United next season, because they have got a really, really good friendship and all of that. And yeah, so they have, got a really, really good friendship. Don't forget, Borussia Dortmund did say, was it last week, that they are losing patience with Jadon Sancho. I think it was something to do with his off-field distractions. The other week, Jadon Sancho got fined £8,000 for breaking lockdown rules. Now, we've already confirmed that Jadon Sancho is our number one priority target. We have been in for Jadon Sancho now for so long. We first expressed our interest in him in 2017. This was back under the Jose Mourinho era, and since then, we haven't been in for the player. He did say, was it a few months ago now, that Jadon Sancho had agreed almost every little detail of a move to Manchester United. He said everything had been agreed in that except the fee, because Jadon Sancho has already revealed that if he is to leave Borussia Dortmund, his preferred option is a move to Manchester United. There were stories coming out from Leeds 10 Sport not too long ago saying that Liverpool are emerged as the favourites to sign Jadon Sancho, but it did say Liverpool's move for Sancho could hinge on Sadio Mane. So if Liverpool can sell Sadio Mane, then they will look to get Jadon Sancho on the board. Of course, Chelsea have also been in for Sancho. Real Madrid have been in for him before, and so too have Barcelona. We have been working on Jadon Sancho's contract for quite some time. And we've also been in negotiations with his agent, like Fabrizio Romano confirmed a while back. Borussia Dortmund are known as a selling football club. They have let quite a few of their players go to the Premier League in recent years. They let Pulisic go, they let Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang go, they let Ilkay Gundogan go, Mkhitaryan. And there's also players that they've let go who didn't go to the Premier League. They lost Ousmane Dembele in 2017, and they also lost Matt Hummels to Bayern Munich. But there again, Borussia Dortmund, they've recruited quite a few players in recent years. They got Haaland in January. He's done very, very well for them. They got Thorgan Hazard and Julian Braun. They also got Emre Can in as well, because Borussia Dortmund did generate a lot of money, for the players that they've let go in recent years. We've already made a promise to Jadon Sancho anyway, that we are willing to offer him the number 7. As you all know, at the moment, we've got number 7 vacant. And like I've mentioned to you before, we've had a lot of good number 7s up and down the generations and all of that. So revert back to what I said, the Borussia Dortmund boss has come out and made an admission saying, Sancho could still leave Borussia Dortmund in the summer transfer window. When the Bundesliga returned, I think Sancho missed Borussia Dortmund's first 3, or was it 4 games, because obviously, he had been out with a calf injury. He is only the age of 20, is Jadon Sancho, very, very young. And so maybe there's still a chance, we could get him on the board. We are obviously, looking at alternatives to Jadon Sancho and that. Like I said, Ansume Fati Vieira from Barcelona, he's one of the alternatives. He's one of the alternatives to Jadon Sancho. He said the other week that Figo Almeida from Vert Sarsfield, he was also an alternative. It also said a while back that Rabbi Matondo was an alternative to Jadon Sancho as well. But, we are looking at cheaper solutions now than Jadon Sancho, because probably £100 million is too much. If he was to stay at Dortmund for another season, then maybe Sancho could be available for cheaper next summer. So I don't know, what's happening, with him, to be quite honest with you. So that is the latest news regarding Jadon Sancho anyway. That's the latest news regarding Jadon Sancho. I think it also mentioned as well earlier on today, I nearly forgot to mention that Leon Bailey from Bayer Leverkusen, it says we've expressed an interest in him. I think that's stemming from France Football. Reportedly, he's valued at around £40 million. We're also seeing Leon Bailey as an alternative to Jadon Sancho, because he's predominantly a winger as well. Now let's delve into news on Willian from Chelsea. So according to recent reports, is this stemming from France Football? I'm not too sure. But anyway, they've said, that Man United have been in contact with Willian's representatives over a free transfer. Now, of course, Willian's current contract does expire with Chelsea at the end of this month. I think Chelsea have been in negotiations, over extending Willian's contract. I think it did say a while ago that Chelsea are willing to offer Willian a 1-year contract extension, but Willian is not satisfied with this. I think Willian, wants to sign a new 3-year contract with Chelsea. Now, of course, Willian can play as an attacking midfielder, and he can also play as a winner. He is in his early 30s. He is 31 years of age. This is, by the way, this has been his 7th season, I think, with Chelsea. Chelsea did get him in 2013 for around £30 million. They got him from Anze Machkakala, if I pronounced that team's name correctly. And I think Willian in the Premier League has made around 226 appearances and scored around 30-odd goals. It said Liverpool were in for Willian a while back. I think, Real Madrid have also expressed their interest in him. I think a while ago as well, Arsenal were in for him, but, his wages were the stumbling block of him going to Arsenal. And Willian, of course, is well Premier League proven. And if we was to get him on the board, he'd add more experience in our attacking line and that. So that is the latest news regarding Willian. Now, let me delve into news on Donny van de Beek from Ajax. So the latest news on Donny van de Beek is that these reports are stemming from Holland, and they have said now that Man United are emerged as the favourites to sign Donny van de Beek. Now the main explanation is because Real Madrid have backtracked a £49 million move for Donny van de Beek. So now we are emerged as the favourites, reflecting on this. Now, don't forget, we've actually come up with a plan. We're planning to sign Andres Pereira to fund the move for Donny van de Beek. Now, we are obviously planning to hijack Real Madrid's move for the player. There was stories coming out the other week regarding Donny van de Beek, saying that, we've been in negotiations with Edwin van der Sar. He's the CEO of Ajax. And of course, Van der Sar has confirmed Manchester United's interest in Donny van de Beek. But Van der Sar did put a warning out. He did say that Ajax players will not leave on the cheap. Ajax have lost quite a few of their imperative players in recent years. They lost Frankie de Jong, and they also lost Matthijs de Ligt, was that last year. Obviously, the Ajax youth coach, Ronald de Boer, he came out and recently said that, Man United could sign Donny van de Beek if Real Madrid show no interest. Now, I'd definitely take Donny van de Beek at Manchester United, predominantly a box-to-box midfielder, and I think he'd go very, very well alongside Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes in our team. I think we'd get the best out of Pogba and Fernandes, if Donny van de Beek got recommended in. We've already confirmed as well that Donny van de Beek is our preference over Kai Havertz. Plus, he's a cheaper solution than Kai Havertz. There were stories coming out the other week saying that we wanted to get Donny van de Beek for around £36 million. Leverkusen have already said, they want £90 million for Kai Havertz. Now, up until this point, Donny van de Beek has spent the entirety of his career with Ajax. Of course, he joined Ajax's youth academy in 2008. He was in their youth academy for a good 7 years. And he's been in Ajax's senior squad since 2015. So this has been the 5th season now, that Donny van de Beek's been in Ajax's senior squad. I think he's made over 100 appearances in all competitions, I think, if I'm right, yeah. He has got a contract with Ajax until 2022 as Donny van de Beek, and he does primarily play as the number 6. Like I said, he was key for Ajax, getting to the Champions League semi-finals last season. It was also key for them, winning the Eredivisie. And Donny van de Beek is only in his early 20s. But, there's been quite a lot of midfielders on our agenda. But, Van de Beek would be a cheaper solution than Havertz, like I mentioned. He'd also be a cheaper solution than Jack Grealish. So, there you go. So, that's the latest news anyway on Donny van de Beek. But there was reports saying that, Van de Beek's already agreed personal terms with Real Madrid. And it said Real Madrid are going to get him for around £49 million and that. So yeah, so that is the latest on all of the transfer news. That is the latest on all of the transfer news. Like I updated you yesterday, I give you the news yesterday on Wilfred Ndidi, didn't I, from Leicester, because there was reports coming out from the Daily Express saying that we're also interested in Wilfred Ndidi. Real Madrid and PSG are also interested in the player. Again, cheap solution, Wilfred Ndidi. I think he's available for around £32 million. He is a holding midfielder. And obviously, we are seeing him as a replacement for Nemanja Matic, Wilfred Ndidi. I think he is regarded as one of the best holding midfielders in the Premier League because his hold-up play is good, he intercepts well, he's good at passing the ball and all of that, and of course, he is well Premier League proven. This has been Wilfred Ndidi's 3rd season with Leicester. He's made 130 appearances for them. And he's got a contract with Leicester until 2024. Leicester paid £17 million for him from Genk. But Leicester want to do everything they can to keep him because Leicester have lost quite a few of their imperative players in recent years. They lost Harry Maguire to us, so we've already done business with Leicester in that aspect. They also lost Mahrez a couple of summers ago to City. And they lost N'Golo Kante and Danny Drinkwater to Chelsea. But yeah, Ndidi is another midfielder that hasn't been on our agenda. But like I said, it's going to be interesting to see how Ole Gunnar Solskjaer approaches the summer transfer window. As far as I'm aware at the moment, a date has not been announced yet, of when the summer transfer window is going to open. Like I said, Tino, the vast majority of our top six rivals are probably not even going to be in this summer transfer market due to the financial issues and that. So, reflecting on this, we've got to take advantage of that. I've got to make an admission regarding Chelsea so far because Chelsea have done really, really good business. Of course, I think they've now got Werner in from RP Leipzig. That's Frank Lampard's second signing as Chelsea manager because obviously they got Hakim Ziyech in February from Ajax for around £38 million. And it's the second sign of the summer is Werner. Looking to build on this as well, looking to get more players in. They're tracking Ben Chilwell. Ben Chilwell is Chelsea's number one priority target. Obviously, it said the other week that they'd put a £75 million bid in for Havertz, but then it confirmed Chelsea and Bayer Leverkusen are miles apart from, Kai Havertz's valuation. But yeah, they have done really, really good business, and the summer transfer window isn't even open yet. But I think Werner is a very, very good signing for Chelsea because Chelsea, of course, were in search for a striker. But we're looking, to get the right caliber players in the summer transfer window because, we're looking to compete with the likes of City and Liverpool and analysing at the moment, City are a couple of years ahead of us. Also to Liverpool, they're a couple of years ahead of us. Now, Solskjaer's already said, he's looking to make around 3 major signings or 4 major signings at the end of the season because he believes we need this, to be back being a competitive elite level football club. And of course, to be title contenders next season. We want to challenge for the title next season. And I think Solskjaer will be here next season. He knows next season he'll have, bigger expectations to exceed. Next season, our expectations will be to challenge for the title. Of course, we've got expectations, for the remainder of this season, that, Solskjaer's probably got to exceed or has to exceed. Obviously, top 4, that's definitely a priority for us. Like I mentioned on my video this morning, will Solskjaer be finished as Manchester United manager if we fail to get into the top 4? There's quite a few teams in that top 4 race. But we need top 4 because we do want qualification for the Champions League for next season. So we'll attract players in that way. Plus we'll generate more money if, we can get into the top 4. As it stands at the moment, we are 5th in the Premier League and we are just 3 points behind Chelsea. The FA Cup and the Europa League is also 2 priorities for us as well because that's a chance of us getting some silverware on the board under Solskjaer. At the moment, we're into the last 8 of the Europa League, we're into the last 8 of the FA Cup and that. If we could win both of them, or at least one of them, it would be a memorable first full season for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at Manchester United and that. But like I said, we have been inconsistent for the last 7 years now. We've been very, very inconsistent for the last 7 years. This has been the 7th season now. We have failed to mount any kind of title challenge up. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013. So the last time we won it was in Alex Ferguson's last season. But yeah, so in the last 7 years, we've had different managers with different philosophies and that. Of course, Solskjaer's our 4th permanent manager since the Ferguson era. Of course, we've sacked 3 managers since the Ferguson era. And of course, we sacked David Moyes. David Moyes enjoyed, 9 months at the football club. David Moyes should have never been recommended in. And obviously, it was Alex Ferguson's fault for ever recommending David Moyes in. But the main explanation why I recommended him in is because they was both Scottish. And at that time, Ferguson had a lot of time for David Moyes and that. Under David Moyes, I think we finished 7th. I think that's the lowest we've finished in the Premier League era. And of course, under David Moyes, we brought 2 players in, and that was Marian Fellaini and Juan Mata. Fellaini's no longer here, but Juan Mata, of course, is still at the football club. Van Gaal, he enjoyed 2 years at Manchester United, and of course, he did win the FA Cup under. We did win the FA Cup under him. Van Gaal, purchased around 15 or 16 players. He brought the likes of Sneijderlin in, Sebastian Schweinsteiger, Memphis Depay. He brought Blind in, he brought Rojo and Darmian in, he brought Martial and Shaw, who of course are still at the club. I think he also bought Sergio Romero on a free. He brought Herrera in, who of course is no longer here. He also brought Angel Di Maria in. So Van Gaal brought a hell of a lot of players into the club. But he actually, got rid of a lot of the players that we had under the Alex Ferguson era. Of course, then Van Gaal got sacked. Mourinho came in. He enjoyed 2.5 years at Manchester United. He did win the Europa League and the League Cup in his first season and did get a second in his first season. But I already given you the main explanations why it didn't work out under Jose Mourinho. Like I said, Jose Mourinho recommended 11 players into Manchester United. And, let's put into the equation Solskjaer's inheriting the vast majority of Jose Mourinho's players because there's only a few players that have left who Jose Mourinho brought in and all of that. So there you go. So I think, we've recruited over 30-odd players in since the Alex Ferguson era. Like I said, we haven't dominated English football since the Alex Ferguson era. Of course, Alex Ferguson endured 26 years at Manchester United. Of course, won a total of 38 major honours. So he was very, very good, was Alex Ferguson. And developed a lot of young players as well. But let's put into the equation, Alex Ferguson didn't win out in his first 4 years at the football club. So I said, some managers do need time to settle in. But regardless of who our manager is, no one will ever replicate Ferguson's legacy. No one will ever last as long as Alex Ferguson did in that. But I am still determined to back Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Give him at least another season. See who else he can recommend into the club. Give him another couple of more transfer windows because it is a transition period. And like Solskjaer revealed at the beginning of the year, he's hopeful that we can get through this transition period. But it has been a transition period for a while, But Solskjaer knows that, he's got the backing of Ed Woodward because Ed Woodward has said on quite a few occasions this season he's willing to back Solskjaer. Also, too, he's got the backing of the Glazers. Even though earlier on in the season we enjoyed our worst start to a Premier League season for 30 years. And yeah, so the summer transfer window will be Solskjaer's fourth transfer window as Manchester United manager. Because obviously, so far Solskjaer's enjoyed 3 transfer windows at the football club. Didn't recommend anyone in his first transfer window, but in the 2 previous ones, he's recommended 5 players into the football club. Of course, last summer he brought Daniel James, Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire in. And in January, he recommended Bruno Fernandes and Odion Igalo in. And I've been impressed so far, with the players that he has recommended in. Because, they have made a difference in the team. But actually, Solskjaer's made 4 permanent signings. Because, of course, we got Igalo on loan. Don't forget, it got confirmed the other week that we extended Odion Igalo's loan until the end of January 2021. So Igalo's going to be staying with us for a further 7 months. And we paid Shanghai Shenhua just over £10 million for this, But yeah, and like I've said to you anyway, I have seen improvements under Solskjaer. Like I said, we've improved in the transfer market. Players in general, have definitely improved under Solskjaer as well. He's changed quite a few things. Because Solskjaer, did say before the football season got suspended, a lot needed to be changed when he replaced Jose Mourinho back in December 2018. Like I said, our record against the big 6 sides this season's been very, very good. We've taken 17 points against the big 6 sides this season. I've got to make an admission as well. Solskjaer has promoted the youth very, very well. He's promoted the youth very, 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 very well. The young players have been given their opportunities in that, such as likes of Greenwood, he's done well. Brandon Williams, he's also done very, 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 very well as well. But, these some young players, that have found game time hard. Angel Gomez, he's found game time hard. Tahith Chon's found game time hard. James Garner's also found game time very, very hard as well. But, they should get their chances, more, them youngsters, for the remainder of this season. But more or less anyway, everybody's being given their chances to express themselves because when Solskjaer got recommended in, he did say, players would get chances, to express themselves and all of that. So, yeah, so there's definitely no positives to take from his tenure so far. Solskjaer's been at the football club 18 months, I think now. Is it nearly 19 months he's been here? So he's been here over a year and a half now. I think he's been permanent Manchester United manager for around, 16 months, as Solskjaer and that. But don't forget, he was close to getting sacked earlier on in the season. At that point, there was talks of Massimiliano Allegri coming in. There was also talks of Mauricio Pochettino coming in as well. But I think, what saved Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's job at Manchester United was the signing of Bruno Fernandes, because definitely, Bruno Fernandes has made a difference in the team. Like I said, in every Premier League game he's played in so far for Man United, he's been given man of the match. He won Premier League Player of the Month for February, reflecting on his good run of performances. We got Bruno Fernandes in a deal worth around £65 million with add-ons included. Fernandes did sign like a 5.5-year deal with us when we got him from Sporting Lisbon. He also did well on his debut against Wolves in that 0-0 draw. I think he actually did have the most touches. I think Bruno Fernandes so far has got 3 goals and 4 assists for Manchester United. So there you go. But, we should get the players that we want in the summer transfer window, because it did confirm not too long ago that our transfer budget has been revealed. Reportedly, we're going to get around 269 million to spend in the summer transfer window. So that should be around 3 or 4 players in. It depends on how we are with our recruitment, basically, in that. Like I said, we're going to also get rid of players in the summer transfer window. I think we're going to get rid of at least 5 players in the summer transfer window. So we are, going to generate money that way. I think, we're going to get rid of Phil Jones. We're going to get rid of Chris Smalling and Rojo permanently, because Smalling's out on loan with Rome at the moment and Rojo's out on loan at Estudiantes. Of course, we're looking to get rid of Jesse Lingard and Andres Pereira, So, yeah, we are definitely, going to get rid of players. But like I've said to Solskjaer has got rid of a lot of the dead wood since he got recommended in to the football club and that. Recently, I give you the news, didn't I, regarding Dean Henderson. Of course, Dean Henderson is on loan with Sheffield United. Chris Wilder did recently say that Sheffield United are close to extending his loan. Solskjaer did say that Dean Henderson will be England's number 1 and Man United's number 1 goalkeeper in the future. Dean Henderson could actually be our number 1 goalkeeper next season, but there's also been talk saying that Dean Henderson could go on loan at Sheffield United for a 3rd season. This has been his 2nd season on loan with Sheffield United, and he has been Sheffield United's player of the season. That Dean Henderson has still got a contract with us until 2022. But as it stands at the moment, David De Gea is our number 1. He's been our number 1 for several years, and he will remain our number 1 for the remainder of this season. Like I said, there's a bit of a dilemma at left back. I think Luke Shaw will remain our first choice left back for the remainder of this season. Maybe next season, Brandon Williams could be our first choice left back and that, so there you go. So there you go. But like I mentioned, so Tottenham Man United preview will be coming up very, very soon and that. I've been speaking with you a lot, about, the Premier League restarting and that. It is back tomorrow. Of course, Manchester City play Arsenal. Sheffield United play Villa. I think Liverpool play on Sunday against Everton. And we play on Friday against Tottenham, 8:15 kickoff. Really, really looking forward to that game. Solskjaer's looking to overcome Jose Mourinho again, because he's already beaten Jose Mourinho once this season, because we're beating Tottenham earlier on in the season by 2-1. It's also our first time at Tottenham's new ground. I think Tottenham did pay around £1 billion for their stadium and that. But we'll talk a bit more, when I do delve into the preview and that. I will talk a bit more. As you all know, our net debt is just over 429 million, because it confirmed quite a few weeks ago our debt had risen up by almost 130 million pounds. Ed Woodward did say, though, the other month that we will remain competitive in the summer transfer market, but he did say, won't do business as usual and that. Because Woodward's been criticised, for quite a few reasons, of us overpaying for players in recent years. Also, too, reflecting on how poor our recruitment policy's been. So this is why, Woodward has been criticised in that. But give Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at least another season. We've got 9 games remaining in the Premier League. There's 92 games to play in all competitions. We've got an easy run in. I think our only hard games in the Premier League is the one on Friday against Tottenham and the game against Leicester on the last day of the season. That's the only hard games we've got. So analysing it, we should win at least 7 of those. Definitely, we should. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, like, explore on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.